Hello, I'm Maris, a 17-year-old girl. Through my bewilderment and suffering, I want to tell you about the painful love story of my mother and I. I was an orphan before Alice came and saved me. I was 5 years old. Before me, Alice couldn't get pregnant, while her husband yearned for children. He went to find new happiness, making poor Alice fall into despair. She came to me in that bad condition. The 24-year-old woman, abandoned by her husband, endured an age that was meant to be the happiest of her life. An orphan who wants nothing without family love. Alice has offered me everything that I longed for from the bottom of my heart. I feel more thankful and appreciate her more than anybody else. But instead, I did things that an indebted person should not have done. After having me and the luxury of time, Alice gradually forgot about the pain of a broken marriage and began to broaden her relationships. The first person she met was the same age as her. His name is Darius, 36 years of age and a successful businessman. My mother received from him many valuable gifts and long fantastic trips. He gave her happiness and abundant wealth, but my mother found it so boring that she was no longer interested in valuable things or any other interesting places. That love ended after about a year. The second person she knew was Albert. He was 3 years older than my mother and a writer. After a short period, she ended the engagement because she thought that he was too much of a daydreamer with his exhausting philosophies. I didn't pay much attention to these men because they didn't affect me. But then the third man appeared. His name is Hubert, a 25-year-old man and a talented painter. The wedding rapidly took place, and a number of gossips started concerning their age. I was also surprised at my mother's ability, that she was almost 38 years old, but she has a wide range of relationships. I heard that they had met each other in an art gallery because my mother was interested in his works. At that time, a 17-year-old girl such as myself couldn't resist such a wonderful man. I didn't call him dad or stepfather because he is simply my heart, my whole life, and my ideal of living. He has everything from appearance and personality to talent and enthusiasm. The only thing I hate about him is that he only belonged to my mom. His gentle words and loving acts to my mother made me crazy. Every time my mother would leave for work, he would always make sure that she is dressed, and he would always wish her the best before leaving. I could only observe as a child. I was jealous when they became more intimate. Warm hugs, sweet kisses. I wanted to be the one with those things. I chose not to look outside for affection, but rather decided to fight, losing the love that my mother had for me 12 years ago. I used this body, this young age, to fight it. Anytime Hubert came to visit, I began fumbling and started a physical interaction with him. Thanks to that, I was able to hold his hand and lie on his shoulders, and then my eyes met his eyes in the challenge. My mother was not worried about those actions. She thought it was the action of an immature child's behavior, and above all, she trusted me to some degree in this relationship. One day, I took initiative and went to his private workplace. Around the same time, he needed a female model to be painted half naked. When this opportunity arrived, I proactively recommended myself to be his model. Hubert disagreed and said, "A good father will not let his daughter do things like this."